Today I'm going to show you a few kitchen things. I'm going to be in the kitchen. I want to show you first this. I picked more peppers and my first little eggplant. Yay! If you pick them when they're little, they don't have as many seeds, and then they're really good. I'll show you how to do that, but not right now. Not today. Okay, I want to talk about my bodybuilder cut diet that I'm doing, and I just want to tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to tell you first. I had to write it down so I don't forget all this. First thing is I drink more water. I try to drink almost a gallon of water a day. Bodybuilders drink a lot of water. So this bottle is 50 ounces. So a gallon is 128. So I'm almost a gallon, not quite, but it's a big improvement. So, and I can't drink like a million little bottles all day. So I'm like, I need 2 bottles. And I recognize my weak point was in the morning, because I never drank water in the morning. In the afternoon, I drink tons of water. So I just had to add like 1 of these bottles in the morning. I try to drink it before 12. So that works for me. And then exactly what I'm doing is I'm working out 6 days a week for 30 minutes, but also I'm only eating 1,400 calories a day, and then I'm trying to hit the macros. So I'm doing 140 grams of protein, 140 grams of carbs, and 31 grams of fat. So I'm trying to like pay attention and track that, and keep track of that every single day. And it's been working good. So, I wanted to take a very scientific approach, not emotional, because, losing weight can be emotional, especially if the scale goes up or down or a little bit and all that. So, the things with the bodybuilders are, they're not playing around. It's like down to a science. They stick with it and they're just on course. Make little adjustments if need be, and, they all look good, like I said. So, I'm going to show you one of my meals I eat, which is like high protein, not that many calories, and it's really good. So I also do the intermittent fasting, where you don't eat for at least 12 hours and maybe more. So let me just think how long it's been for me. Maybe anywhere from 12 to 16 hours. Of course, part of that's at nighttime when you're sleeping. Okay, so I have the 2 servings of chicken breast all cut up in little pieces. And now I'm just going to put it in this pot. And I'm just going to put it on the stove and warm it up. But I have something else I want to show you that I make for the nighttime, when it's the hardest part to, like, once all the chores are done, you're relaxing, you're watching TV, and you're just sitting there, and pretty soon you're like, like I need a little something. So I'm going to show you what I make. It is these Kodiak cakes. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 servings, because if I'm going to do it, I might as well just make 2, because then I just save 1. Then what I do is I do some egg whites. I don't do all of it egg whites though, because that's too much for me. I'll show you. All the way up to a 1.5 cups. Now I'm going to do a 1.5 cups water. Only a 1/2 cup water. The trick is don't overstir pancakes. And to make the protein even higher, because Kodiak cakes have high protein, I put in a scoop of protein mix. This is pea protein, because I don't want dairy protein, I don't want whey. I like the pea protein, it's really good. Okay, so you don't overmix it, so I'm just going to mix this up real quick. Alright, so my waffle iron is all ready, and I want to show you how you have to do these Kodiak cakes. They're a little thick, it's like a little bit thick, this batter. So you got to put it in here, and pour half of it in here. And then the key to this is, though, if you don't do this, though, it won't spread by itself, and you won't have, the whole waffle. You have to help it, and it seems thin, and you're like, oh, you hurry up and close it, it's already cooking, but it doesn't matter. You can just take your time to push it all the way to the edges, so you have a nice waffle. Okay, so once it's all filled in like that, then you close the lid and let it cook. Okay, so let me grab a fork. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Let me see. Looks like it came out pretty good. I just folded in half. I mean, it's not exactly like your traditional waffle, although this is an old-fashioned recipe, a real blackjack. And I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it over here to the counter. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you what you can do. I'm gonna put a quarter cup of powdered sugar. Now I'm gonna use this for both of them, so I'm making 2. So I'm gonna sprinkle it on here, just to make it, you know, a little bit sweeter for when I eat it later. So, you know, instead of like a cake or a cupcake, you can just have one of these. It's gonna be better for you. Because it's, for one, it has no fat and it's high in protein. So you're gonna feel better, you know, because you're gonna, now I'm gonna sprinkle it with some cinnamon. So it's kind of, you know, it's not as good as, you know, a fancy goodie, but, you know, it definitely is fine. I like cinnamon, so I'm gonna put kind of a lot of cinnamon on here because I really like cinnamon. Okay, so that's gonna be a little bit messy, but I'm gonna let that cool down. And then what I'm gonna do is, I'll show you what I do. Take a knife and I cut it so it's, you know, little pieces like this, and you can pick them up then. And it'll be, the Kodiak cakes don't get crunchy hard like a you know, kind of, I don't want to say an ordinary waffle. When it gets cold, gets really crunchy hard. This won't, it'll stay a little bit softer. But like I said, whatever, it's a healthier choice and it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, it'll do the trick. There you go, and then you can just line these up like this. And then I'm gonna do the other one. So, and that's a serving, which that is gonna be about not even 200 calories. That's pretty good. Well, actually it'll be a little more if I counted the egg whites, but barely, like it won't even be 250 calories. So at night, you know, when I'm sitting there, I feel like a cup of coffee, which I do drink decaf so I can fall asleep. You know, you can have a little something, cup of coffee, and then you feel better. All right, so I'm all done. Here's 2 kind of bodybuilder, high protein. Here's a snack, the waffles with the powdered sugar and cinnamon, high protein. And you know, it's not as good as, let's say, a Pop-Tart or some Oreos if that's kind of what you're craving. But after you start eating healthy, your palate does adjust. So, and here's the black beans and chickens, my little bowl. I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna go work out. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are in the description below.